Hey guys, welcome to this new video. Today we are going to learn how to play Everybody Dance by Chic, and it sounds like this. What's up guys, my name is Simone from Your Guitar Academy. Welcome to this new video. We are continuing our series of funk songs that we're gonna learn in our song G-Box. So today we have another classic tune by Chic, so played by Nile Rodgers on guitar. So we are getting into that Nile Rodgers funky vibe. Okay, so the first thing is, let's have a look at the chords that I was playing. So the first chord was a C minor 7. So this is the first chord. I'm barring with my first finger the 3rd fret from the A to the high E string, so the bar covers 5 strings, and I'm muting the low E string here with the fingertip, with the top part of my finger, the first finger on the bar. Then I'm using my 2nd and 3rd fingers with an A minor 7 shape, so I'm just moving this A minor 7 that maybe you played already as open string chord, and I'm playing it here, and this becomes C minor 7. So that's my first chord, and then I move to the next two, which are going to be two triads with a different note on the bass, basically the 2nd degree on the bass. So how does it work? I'm basically playing an A flat triad, so my ring finger is on the 6th fret of the D string, which is the A flat, then the 2nd finger is on the 5th of the G, and the 1st is on the 4th of the B, like this. Now from here I move the ring finger on the 6th of the low E string, so it goes to a B flat on the bass, and the little finger replaces it on the 6th of the D, like this. So this now is the same, it's basically the same triad, the A flat triad, but now I have a B flat on the bass. So you can call it A flat over B flat to say that the note on the bass, it's a B flat, and it looks like this. Or the other way of calling it is slightly harder, it's basically a B flat, so you consider the B flat to be the root, and you call it B flat 9 sus4. That's the other way of calling it, but it's basically the same chord. Somebody calls it also B flat 11, so you can also call it 11 to say that there is going to be a 4th, but in that way you lose a little bit the sus thing, because you don't have the 3rd, so you want to say that you don't have the 3rd. For that reason it's actually better to say sus, but yeah, you might find it as a B flat 11 as well. Now from here we move 2 frets forward, so again the triad that I'm playing now becomes a B flat, and the note on the bass becomes a C, so I'm playing the 8th fret on the low E string, like this. So again, even this one can be called a B flat triad over a C, so B flat slash C, it's a slash chord, or you can call it C11, C9 sus4, as you wish. That's the chord that we are going to play here. So the first three are going to be C minor 7, A flat over B flat over C. Second run of 3 chords starts with an A flat major 7. So this chord is played with the first finger on the A flat 4th fret of the low E string, and then I'm going to play 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the D, little finger on the 5th of the G, and then the 2nd finger is playing the 4th fret on the B string, like this. Okay, when I play this chord, I'm muting the A string with my first finger, like this, and I'm muting the high E string with, I guess, the bottom part of my first finger as well, like this, with the palm of your hand anyway, like this. So that you basically, even if you strum 6 strings, you have only 4 actually ringing and 2 are muted, like this. Then from here we move chromatically, which means that the first finger goes half step higher to the 5th fret, which is an A of the low E string, and you're gonna bar it now, and you're gonna play an A minor 7, so you use the E minor 7 shape, so you're gonna bar the first finger on the 5th fret, full bar, and then you're gonna use the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the A string, and the 2nd finger goes on the 6th fret of the B string. That note is the flat 13. So for that reason, this chord, which would be an A minor 7, becomes an A minor 7 flat 13. Okay, so it has this kind of alterations in it. And then from here, it's still chromatic, the movement, because the bass goes to B flat, but again, you are playing the same chord as the first run, which was A flat over B flat. So the chromatic run is A flat, A, B flat, okay, which even the bass plays, so even if I just play this without the rest of the chord, you can recognize it from the song. But the way we play it is basically A flat major 7, A minus 7 flat 13, A flat over B flat, or B flat 9 sus4, as you wish. Okay, so these are the chords that we need pretty much for the entire main riff of this song. So now we need to understand what is the timing, so how to count them. If I look at the first run of 3 chords, they sound like... Okay, so I play the first one, the C minor 7, on the downbeat number 1. So when I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, saying 1, I'm also playing a C minor 7. Rather short, so I would consider it still being a staccato. So staccato is when you play a very short sound, muting the length of the sound, the length of the chord that you're playing with the left hand fingers, like 1, and you stop it. Then you count 2, and on the end number 2, you're going to play the second chord, like 1 and 2, and on that end, you play A flat over B flat. Then on 3 you don't play anything. On the beat number 4 you're going to play the third chord, B flat over C, and you let it ring for the entire following bar. So the B flat over C starts on the 4 of the first bar and continues through the entire second bar. So if I count the first 2 bars, they sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have an entire bar without playing anything. In the second run of 3 chords, you count exactly the same with the 3 chords that we already saw. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A flat major 7, downbeat number 1, A minor 7 flat 13, upbeat number 2, A flat over B flat, downbeat number 4, ringing through the entire following bar. So if now I play 4 bars using all of the 6 chords that we saw, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you want to make sure is that the first 2 chords of each run are going to be short with a staccato, and the third one quite long, so you want it quite long rather than short. This is the main part that the guitar plays. From time to time during the record, and also I would say more often during the live versions of this song, Nile Rodgers also plays the melody, the typical melody that I'm sure all of you already have in mind if you know this tune. Now, in order to play this, you can start playing it whenever you want on the upbeat number 2 of the second bar, starting from a B flat triad. So starting from B flat triad, which was with the ring finger on the 8th fret of the D string, so these are triad, you're going to play, this is the full triad, you're going to play the little finger, the pinky, basically plays the 8th fret of the B string, and you're going to play either this twice, hitting it twice, then playing the B flat on the 6th fret of the high E string, then back to the 8th fret of the B, 6th fret of the B, and back to the 8th fret of the B, like this is the melody we are gonna play. G, G, B flat, G, F, G, these are the names of the notes. Da 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 da. I think he plays it exactly like this. Da, 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 da. Just keeping basically the little finger down twice when you start. The way I was playing it before, which I like it slightly better, is just adding a tiny hammer on. So that means rather than playing twice the same note, G with the little finger, 8th fret on the B, I'm doing a little hammer on between the first finger, 6th fret of the B string, and the little finger on the 8th fret of the B, like. This changes a tiny bit the melody, so rather than being, becomes, but it's pretty much the same melody just with an embellishment, so it's up to you if you want to try it with the embellishment or if you want to stick with the original one. So if you stick with the original one, it sounds... You need to make sure that your picking hand goes lower so that you hit not all of the strings, but only the strings that you're going to play with the melody. So you start from the D and you stop with the B, then you play only the high E and you go back to the B. Or the other version. Okay, this is what we're going to do on the right hand. Now, let's see in terms of timing where we are going to start this little melody. So if I start playing again 1 and 2 and 3 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have an entire bar, like we said, just with the B flat over C. I can start on the upbeat number 2, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Da, 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 da. So counting it again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, and on that end, number 2 of the bar that we otherwise leave completely empty with the B flat over C, we are going to start your melody. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 2 and 3 and 4, and again 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and alright, so that's how the melody goes in with the rest of the chords. Guys, it's just very important that you know the positions of the chords first, so you practice the chord shapes just to train your muscle memory on your left hand, on your fretting hand, and then also you need to practice how to count it, so that you are confident that when you are ready to play all of the chord changes, you also know the timing to make them sound like the actual song. Okay, so this is the main part. So pretty much through the entire chorus and intro, you're going to find this guitar part played by Nile Rodgers. Then there is an even more funky, if you want, part played during the verse, which sounds like this. So what is going on here? First thing first, we need to understand what chords I was playing. The chords are really easy, and then what kind of rhythm, what is the length of the chords. So the first chord I was playing, it's an E flat. So the E flat is played with the bar on the 6th fret from the A to the high E string. So I'm muting again the low E string, and then I'm personally using the A shape with ring finger, barring the 8th fret from the D to the B string like this. But you can feel free to play even with 3 fingers if you are more comfortable, or with the little finger if you're more comfortable. It's completely up to you. I personally use my ring finger. From here, I move one string up and I play a B flat. This B flat is going to be E shape, so just a normal B flat with the bar on the 6th fret. When you play that, you can feel free to play it with the bar with the first finger. You can play it with the thumb, playing the bass here. It's completely up to you. Like we said many times, we are never gonna play all of the strings, so it doesn't really matter, because you will always control just a few strings on these chords, okay? But yeah, Nile Rodgers plays pretty much full shapes like this. And then from here, the last chord, it's an F minor 7. So the same as the C minor 7 that we played here, moving it with the bar, the first finger playing the bar on the 8th fret. So this is your F minor 7. Okay, sometimes, I'll show you where, I was also using the little finger on the 11th fret of the high E string. Now the chord is still the same, it's still an F minor 7, it doesn't change the name, because this, now that I'm adding here, it's the flat 7, so the minor 7, so that means it's just a slightly different voicing for the same exact chord. It doesn't change anything. So if we have a look at the length of the chords without playing the actual strumming yet, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the length of the chords. Let's have a look at the strumming pattern that I was playing. Again, very funky, very much into 16th note grooves and control of the ghost notes. So guys, if you're not sure about how to control the muting on the left hand or the ghost notes on the right hand, you can have a look at our full course called Funk Fundamentals, where we master, where you'll be able to master all of these techniques. You can find it clicking the link in the description here below. You will head to our website, and for each lesson there is going to be a full write-up, there is going to be a moving tab, backing tracks to practice with me, so it's going to be really, really fun. For this song as well as all of the other ones that we play in the song jukebox, you can find a full write-up as well. So if you click the link in the description below, you'll head to our website and you'll find the chord diagrams, the strumming patterns, and all the other info that you might need for this tune. So back to the actual strumming, we are going to play on the E flat, so the first 2 beats, this. How does this work? First of all, which ones are the actual strokes that I'm playing? The first and the 4th 16th in the first beat, the 3rd in the 2nd. So I can count 1 E and A to E and A. But in between, I always play a ghost note. So I play a ghost note on the third sixteenth of the first beat, and I play a ghost note on the first sixteenth of the second beat. So together, the first two beats with ghost notes, they sound like, right? Like 1 E and A, 2 E and A. That's what I do. I do the same also on the B flat for the beats 3 and 4, E and A, 4 E and A. But I also need an extra beat, which is the beat 1 of the second bar, still with the same chord, hitting the second 16. Okay, so I'm only playing ghost notes around it, but I'm hitting the upstroke on the second 16th, like 1 E, A, 2 E, and A, 2 E, and A, 4 E, and A. These last three beats that I played on the B flat, I played them exactly the same way on the E flat for the beats 2, 3, and 4 of the second bar. So if I play now the full 2 bars, they sound like, and after that I can move to the F minus 7. So the F minus 7 is going to be my next chord, and here I play a pretty similar groove, which is so all together the F minus 7 sounds like, same with the little finger. So when I play the 2 sixteenths in the second beat of the F minus 7, I keep for 3 strokes the little finger and then I lift it like 1 E, A, 2. Okay, then back to normal F minus 7. You can obviously move around this 16th note groove. This is just an example, but if you feel like you can try to use the little finger on 1 bar only, or maybe on 2, it's completely up to you. So if now I play slowly all of the rhythm for this verse part with E flat, B flat, back to E flat, and then 2 bars of F minus 7, everything sounds like, alright, obviously feel free to add more ghost notes or to remove some ghost notes. It's completely up to you. The only thing which really matters is that you need to keep moving nice and loose and relax your right hand all the time. It's a wrist motion all the time, and you need to know very well when the chords change, so on which beat you are changing the chords. Okay, so this is pretty much everything you need in order to play this song. Guys, if you are watching this on YouTube, remember that you can click the link in the description here below and you will find the full write-up of this song with all the strumming patterns and the chord diagrams that you need in order to play this song. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to also subscribe to this channel so that if you don't miss a thing, and like this video, smash the like button if you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll be seeing you in the next video.